Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Heena Siddiqi show on Canada One TV. Well, उम्मीद करती हूँ आप सब लोग खुश होंगे, खैरियत से होंगे, जहाँ पर भी होंगे। एक और एपिसोड लेकर हाजिर हो गई हूँ आपके सामने और उम्मीद करती हूँ हमारा ये सिलसिला जो है आपको बहुत पसंद आ रहा होगा। आपके ईमेल्स और फीडबैक मुझे मिलते रहते हैं और हम चाहते हैं कि आप इसी तरह से हमें सपोर्ट करें और इसी तरह से ये सिलसिला चलता रहे। आज के एपिसोड के हवाले से मैं कह दूं कि आज हमारे साथ जो मेहमान हैं वो मेरे ख्याल से मेरे आज तक के सबसे यंग गेस्ट हैं और उम्र में कम है, लेकिन काम इन्होंने बहुत बड़े बड़े कर दिए हैं और हमारी कम्युनिटी के लिए फ़ख्र का जो है वजह बन गए हैं। तो चलिए आज हम आपकी मुलाकात कराने वाले हैं एक ऐसी पर्सनालिटी से जिसने इंटरनेशनली बहुत ज़्यादा कह लें कि हमारी कम्युनिटी के लिए शोहरत इकट्ठी की है। और उनके बारे में और बात करने से पहले हम देखते हैं उनकी एक ज़बरदस्ती क्लिप ताकि आपको अंदाज़ा हो जाए कि वो कौन है। सो लेट्स वॉच दिस शॉर्ट क्लिप। क्लिप देखने के बाद आपको अंदाज़ा हो ही गया होगा कि क्यों मैंने कहा कि ये हमारी कम्युनिटी का प्राइड है और किस तरह से इन्होंने इस चीज़ को, इस सिलसिले को ये आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं, जो कि आई थिंक हम सब के लिए, जो हमारी एक जनरेशन नई आ रही है, उसके लिए इंस्पिरेशन है। तो चलिए वेलकम करते हैं हमारे स्टूडियो में अरमान वास्ती का, who's only 16-year-old and playing internationally as a professional first Canadian Pakistani soccer player. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
थैंक यू सो मच, आप का वक्त निकालने के लिए अपना, और बहुत ही शॉर्ट पीरियड के लिए आप कनाडा में आके रुके हैं। आपके पेरेंट्स ने बताया था कि आप कल फ्लाई कर रहे हैं और इस छोटे से टाइम में हमने आपको जो है स्केड्यूल किया है। सो थैंक यू सो मच अगेन फॉर टेकिंग द टाइम आउट एंड कमिंग टू माई शो।
This is amazing.
वेल, चलिए जानते हैं आपसे, आपके बारे में। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, कैसा महसूस होता है कि फर्स्ट इंटरनेशनल प्रोफेशनल कैनेडियन पाकिस्तानी सॉकर प्लेयर?
It's crazy to think about that I'm the first one. There are millions in the world, especially around me, but it's an honor and it's very new to me.
Right.
But I'm taking it on by stride and
Nice.
keep going.
That's great. और क्या कहते हैं, आपकी फैमिली से शुरुआत करेंगे कि आपकी फैमिली में जो है आपके पेरेंट्स जो हैं, सबसे पहले बताएं कि उनका क्या रोल है, वो लाइक यू नो हाउ दे आर डूइंग एंड देन हाउ दे आर सपोर्टिंग यू, क्योंकि जाहिर है बगैर किसी सपोर्ट के, बिना पेरेंट्स की गाइडेंस के, मेरे ख्याल से एक बच्चा जो होता है ना, डायरेक्शनलेस होता है, क्लूलेस होता है। सो टेल मी अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट योर फैमिली, यू नो, सेटिंग्स एंड हाउ इज इट?
The family for me was everything. I got introduced to football from my brother. I played baseball before, so I never even knew about football. I never had any interest until
When did you start?
I started when I was 9.
Okay.
So I was quite late, but he's the one who really introduced me to all of this. And then my mother and father were the ones who obviously funded the money, funded the time,
Right.
even gave me attention towards it. And without them, none of this would have happened.
Are they in any sports too?
My father was a very big athlete back in Pakistan.
Nice.
Cricketer, he played a lot of field hockey.
Nice.
My mom actually did play a bit of football when she was in, I think, Saudi Arabia. She played there. And then
Nice.
my brother was also a big athlete, played baseball for 7-8 years, and table tennis and all around sports.
Beautiful, beautiful. कौन सी उम्र में खेलना शुरू किया था? कौन सा ऐसा गेम था, स्पोर्ट्स था, जिससे आपको लगता था कि you wants to be in the sport, like कुछ करना है आपको? कौन सी एज थी?
I believe it was around 10-11.
Okay.
I traveled out to Spain for the first time before I knew any of this would happen, where I would live there now. But I went to go visit a stadium. Barcelona's exactly.
Nice,
because
yeah.
they were my passion, my team. And once I saw the field and I saw the aura around it, the culture, I knew that I had to be there. Like this was the place for me.
Beautiful. And like your brother is in sports too, like so what is his direction or help to you? What does he offer?
He offers a lot of guidance, that even though he didn't make it to the professional level, he has way more experience than me. He understands the pressure that you have when you're on the field compared to the people around it. He understands that when the eyes are on you, how to perform.
How old are he?
He's 22 now.
Okay.
But he's played sports all his life, so he kind of guided me into not to feel the pressure as much and to just play your game. So he's a big deal for me.
Nice. Okay, what about your parents? Like, are they working full time or what they do?
My mother is a business owner of herself, and my father is a regional manager for Loblaws.
Okay.
So they both work full time, constantly.
So how was it, your trainings and all? Like, time manage कैसे होता था? कितना मुश्किल होता था आपको कोचिंग के लिए लेके जाना? Different commitments होते हैं sports में, off schedule भी बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. So how was it?
It was tough, especially that they're both full-time workers. My brother's in school, and I had training 4 or 5 times a week. And normally it was when my father finished his work, so he had to rush back to take me.
Yeah.
But even then, to me, it wasn't enough because I was still at the same place as everyone else.
Right.
So my thing was that I always wanted to do way more.
Extra.
Because then I felt
extra.
happy with myself. Then I felt like I actually did something.
Right.
So I would keep begging them, keep bargaining them. I want more, I want more, I want more. to the point where they finally had to give up and give me more,
Nice.
where I would just take a ball out to the field or go to everywhere else to get extra training.
You know why I'm asking this question? Because actually जब बच्चे जो होते हैं ना अपनी स्पोर्ट्स में किसी भी एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, when they are involved they have no idea like how much parents has to sacrifice and then I think अपनी वो आधी से ज़्यादा ज़िंदगी अपने बच्चों पे इन्वेस्ट कर देते हैं, अपने खुद के टाइम को वो अपने बच्चों के लिए कुर्बान कर देते हैं. That's why like you know they have a great role and we have to be like you know
very grateful.
Grateful
very
about
grateful.
it. Yes, of course. और आपके पेरेंट्स जो हैं आपके लिए अभी मैं इसीलिए पेरेंट्स का पूछ रही हूँ because they are the foundation and that's why you're here because of them. So क्या वो चीज़ें थीं जिनसे आपको लगता है कि जैसे कि डिसिप्लिन होता है एक चीज़ होती है and then you know making things on time, कैसा वो रूटीन था, वो स्केड्यूल था आपकी लाइफ में जिससे आपको लगता था कि यू नो और यू वर वेरी डिसिप्लिन. नेचुरली कुछ बच्चे होते हैं लेकिन कुछ एग्जैक्टली. सो दिस इज व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग कि क्या वो चीजें थी यू नो जिनसे आपको लगता था कि यू नो योर पेरेंट इज बिकमिंग द ब्रिज यू नो इन योर सक्सेस.
A big thing was school.
अच्छा.
My mother, obviously, being from the brown culture, school is everything.
Yes.
Padai, right?
Academics.
So everything. So if my school grades weren't well, then no sports.
Wow.
No sports at all.
Okay.
No matter if I was the best in the world or the worst. No sports
Really?
unless the grades are up.
Okay.
So that was
you have the
always something in my
condition.
mind.
Okay.
Where if I had a bad test, either I hide it or do something because my mom will kick me out
Okay.
of sports, all sports. So that was the biggest thing.
Okay.
Was that academics are always going to be.
So you were serious
pride.
about it. कि मुझे पढ़ना नहीं तो I'm gonna lose on.
I would have lost everything.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing for me, was to make sure that my academics were top, so I can follow through my dream. And then
Nice.
once I was able to get my academics up, then my parents would grant me the funds and the ability to go different places to train.
कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि you know आप you were not able to make it in some exams or test and then you ended up like you know kind of you know paying for it in terms of कि अब ये नहीं मिलेगा, कुछ ऐसा कभी हुआ?
It's happened a couple of times where I've definitely been slacking
in
off
a bad
at school.
situation.
Yeah, but my parents were understanding in the fact that I had a dream, and they saw how hard I was working. So sometimes they would be okay if a test
lenient
wasn't,
थोड़ा सा. Yeah.
But not when it comes to math or anything like no leniency for that.
Okay.
You have to get your work done.
Nice. How do you manage your studies, you know, while you're, you know, away for sports and how you are conducting it? Because it's very difficult. When you're playing internationally, you have a huge responsibility on your shoulders. But at the same time, as you said, that your parents are very, very strict about your academics. So how do you deal with that? How do you manage?
It is tough, but I have been able to go to a special school here in Canada.
Okay.
It's called Bill Crothers.
Acha.
They are an athletic school made by an Olympian. And the whole point of it is to really adjust to kids who are dealing with the same thing that I am.
Right.
Where you're quite abroad, you're very, very busy schedule. To how do you manage the high school life exams?
You need extra hours, extra support, right?
So they were able to create a program specifically for myself. Especially that I'm international, time difference, where I have one specific teacher who teaches me every course that I've applied for. And from there, they've given me my exams, my tests, my assignments. So I just keep barging through. It is quite hard to manage, especially with everything, but...
So how did it start? Like, you know, you started at the age of 10, right?
Yes.
So how did you transition from a regular school to this school? Your school helped you or kaise hua? How?
So originally it wasn't too big of a deal because at 10 I was just playing in a little league. It wasn't anything that was bargaining my time. But as the years went on until I was going to high school, then we realized that this was going to be a problem because I started to travel more, America-wise, not even abroad to Europe. So that's when we heard the alternative about my high school, and you have to apply to get in.
Okay.
So we applied.
Was there any test or some sort of a things requirement कि उसके लिए कुछ होती है condition?
You have to get a lot of references from coaches.
Okay.
And a lot of references from old teachers saying that, you know, the student is legit. He's not a liar here, or anything. And then it's quite like there's I think the wait list is like 5,000 kids.
Wow.
For the school, and they only accept like 500 a year. So it's
you made it.
Yeah, luckily I was able to make it. But yeah.
That's great. let's now about your learning, how it is, you take online classes or online lectures do you take, or it's more like you get an assignment and you just have to do it and then you submit? How does it work?
You have the choice
Okay.
to whether online, but I love everything of YouTube.
Oh,
YouTube for me is
nice.
very, very easy. So I personally, I take the assignment. They offer the help, but I don't take it.
Okay.
And I just search it up on
Self-learner.
YouTube. Yeah, I like
Okay.
to It's what I did for football, and it's what I do for school. If I wanted to learn anything, I would always just search it up on YouTube, a tutorial, a how-to, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then just practice, practice, practice.
What subjects you are taking?
Right now, I have math, biology, English, law, Canadian law, chemistry, and I believe one more. Oh, phys ed.
Okay.
Yeah, they're more broad courses, obviously, because I'm still in
Right.
high school. But
Yes.
I've
Grade
taken-
11 you were in?
Yes, grade
Right. Okay. All right. और चलिए पढ़ाई से हटकर थोड़ा सा हम दूसरी डायरेक्शन में जाते हैं. What about playing internationally? आपने US में play किया है, right? So how was the experience?
11. The first time I went to US was quite interesting because it wasn't that big of a difference.
Oh, okay.
And that's what surprised me, because I thought US and Canada were going to be far, far different, as US have more of an understanding towards football, more of a media, and
Yeah.
things are done there. But Canada wasn't far off.
Okay.
And it just was all about timing and your age, these things, because I was younger at the time. I was still
How old
growing up.
you were?
I was like 12 when I first went to.
Okay.
So I
और
was still.
कौन सी लीग में play कर रहे थे? कौन सा टूर्नामेंट किस तरह का था?
I played in the OPDL,
Okay.
Ontario Provincial League.
Okay.
And they used to do little tournaments all around where they would take you out to America.
Nice.
And play different teams all around there. So that's when I first got my exposure towards, football abroad.
Okay.
Compared to just in my little,
Okay.
Toronto district area.
Who's your idol?
Lionel Messi.
Okay. At what age you start watching him?
9, after
9.
the 2014 World Cup.
Okay.
That's when I idolized him.
Nice, nice, nice. और US में जब आप play कर रहे थे, so were you finding it like challenging playing outside, of your something?
It was very challenging because, one, I've never been abroad without
Any support, family support,
exactly.
or
and
Yeah.
2, it's my complexion. In America, we're not we're not too accepted now. So it was definitely difficult to see a lot of white kids around you
Right.
who were brought up from there, and you see on TV all the time
Yes.
these different things. But it's a true thing. I've dealt with a bit of racism. I've dealt with a lot of slurs on the field, even though I don't even know who they are. or anything. But you get used to it. It's
Yes.
something I've always been taught
Is there
from my
any
parents.
incident?
There's been a couple, not many like that are
Would you like to
horrific.
share? Yeah, whatever.
I can share what.
Okay.
There were times where the ball goes out of place, so I go to grab it, and I'm asking someone to politely give it to me. They drop it on the floor, and
They're
then
like,
they kick it off, saying like, I'm not passing it to you.
Yeah,
Like,
attitude.
very. I could tell why,
Yes,
but
yeah.
I never thought it was
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I just.
Yeah, you just feel it.
Yeah,
Like, आपको पता होता है कि
yeah.
why it's coming.
Yeah, I understand.
yeah.
My parents have always, warned me about this. That
Yeah.
This is a problem.
Yes.
But I never dealt
Because
with it.
you're a
till-
minority, you know that,
Yeah,
right?
I look like an immigrant from
Yeah.
miles away, so it's definitely new.
Nice. What about your coaches? आपके जो अब तक के coaches रहे हैं, उनमें आप किन को consider करेंगे कि they made your life, like they play a very huge role in your success?
One of my first ever coaches at Newmarket, where I live.
Yeah.
His name was Adam Wright.
Okay.
Coach Adam was the one who kind of introduced me to everything. My best friend is his father.
Okay.
And he's the one who owned the club.
Nice. Which
He's-
club is it?
Newmarket United.
Newmarket United,
Yeah.
okay.
And when I enrolled there, I think it was I was like 9 around there. He's the one who kind of introduced me to real coaching.
Real coaching.
Learning how to practice, how to properly shoot the ball. Things like this that you start off as a basic, and then he's the one who kind of progressively took me through the years until I reached a point where I wanted to take new challenges on. And then I would say Coach Patrick.
Okay.
I played for Rexdale,
Okay.
an area in Toronto, and that's where definitely my game changed because
Okay.
everything about what I learned wasn't anything to him. He didn't care of what I had or anything.
So
he switched my game completely.
He was just taking you as a newbie.
Yeah, he was
like,
he told me I was
you're not a smart one. It's okay. I'll just take you like, raw.
You're just some puny kid. Yeah. So
and that is even more interesting क्योंकि they're trying to refine you. They're trying to polish you. क्योंकि वो एक फैक्टर होता है जब हमें कुछ आता है and we are like we are thinking okay we are at some level but कोच जो होता है आपका उसको पता होता है कि how much this kid is carrying a potential. So उसकी जो मेहनत होती है उसकी जो strategies होती हैं उसको खुद को पता होती है and that's why he was dealing with you like a puny.
Yeah, 100%.
So how was it? कैसे आपको लगता था कि it's like
I knew I had the talent because I've seen it throughout the years and I was able to do things that kids weren't able to. But when I got there, all of that went away and he really showed me that I didn't know things. Like
you have to do better.
Yeah, you have to do more. You have to do more. And a big aspect that I never knew was fitness.
Okay.
Your fitness level was...
He introduced you to the...
He introduced me to the fitness area of your diet, your body,
how
far
important
you
it
can
is
run.
to...
Exactly.
Stamina.
Taking care of your body was something that I wouldn't have even thought.
And what age you were?
I was 12.
12, okay.
And that's when I got introduced to, going on runs, going to the gym, things like that, like working extra.
Nice.
And till this day, I still follow the same regimen as I did when I was 12.
That's very important actually, because I think no matter in which profession you are, no matter which industry you belong to, fitness play a key role. Key role, because no matter I'm sitting here every day in studio, but even though if I'm not fit, if I'm not mentally well, not doing great in my fitness, it's not gonna last long. जो मैं कर रही हूँ मैं ज़्यादा टाइम तक नहीं और सबसे ज़्यादा important sports में तो fitness is the key. जो सबसे ज़्यादा जो कह लें कि एक जो player होता है उसकी जो performance होती है उसकी fitness level पे depend करती है. No matter how good at it he is, no matter how professional he is, no matter how much experience he carries. सबसे important fitness क्योंकि उसी से आप perform करते हैं.
100%.
Right.
Your body is everything.
Yes.
No matter where you are, sport or not.
Yeah.
If you're not taking care of yourself, then there's nothing you can do.
Amazing. Well, बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है. We are having so much fun and you'll keep inspiring me throughout. और अभी लेकिन time हो गया हमारे लिए एक छोटे से break का. तो हम break पर जाते हैं और फिर वापस आते हैं and then आपके साथ और बातें करेंगे. So you don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम भाई। अम्मी अब्बू की एनिवर्सरी में सिर्फ 2 दिन रह गए हैं।
हाँ यार मुझे पता है, लेकिन काम इतना ज्यादा है, इतनी जल्दी ट्रैवल कैसे मैनेज होगा? अच्छा चलो मैं अब बिजी हूँ, बाद में बात करता हूँ। हेलो, मैचलेस ट्रैवल्स।
हेलो, हाउ कैन आई हेल्प यू सर?
एक अर्जेंट टिकट चाहिए लाहौर के लिए।
नो प्रॉब्लम सर, आप अपनी बेसिक डिटेल्स और डेट्स हमें भेज दें, बाकी आप हम पर छोड़ दें।
और रिटर्न टिकट?
सर मैचलेस ट्रैवल्स पाकिस्तान के 7 शहरों में ऑपरेट करता है। आप किसी भी वक्त हमारे यूएन नंबर पर कॉल करके हमारी बेमिसाल और काबिल एतमाद सर्विस हासिल कर सकते हैं।
हो तमन्ना कोई दिल में तो अधूरी ना रहे, आंख झपके तो जो दूरी है वो दूरी ना रहे। जब भी ख्वाहिश हो सिमट जाए सफर लौट चले, जब भी याद आए बहन भाई तो घर लौट चलें। सहन के झूले शरारत के जमानों की तरफ, अम्मी अब्बू की मोहब्बत के खजानों की तरफ। आए बचपन की हंसी याद तो जी लें फिर से, घर है खुशियों से फिर आबाद तो जी लें फिर से। मैचलेस ट्रैवल्स, परदेश से अपने देश तक। 2896436663।
टीम फरहान मॉर्गेज सॉल्यूशंस आपकी खिदमत में पेश। 15 साला तजर्बे के हामिल, आपकी जरूरियात और मर्जी के एन मुताबिक कारोबारी, रिहायशी, तामीराती और ज़रूरी मॉर्गेज सर्विसेज। हमारा कम तरीन मॉर्गेज रेट। टीम फरहान।
At Team Farhan, we're here for all your mortgage needs.
Müşterilerimize iyi ve kaliteli hizmet vermeye özen gösteriyoruz.
ونوفر كل التسهيلات القروض المالية لكل أنواع القروض.
Here at Team Farhan, we have mortgage solutions designed for you.
Team Farhan को एक दफा खिदमत का जरूर मौका दीजिएगा. And this is my personal promise to you, you will not be disappointed.
At Team Farhan, we have a mortgage solution designed for you.
मज़ीद मालूमात के लिए 416-569-9294 या फिर विजिट कीजिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.teamfarhan.com.
Any kind of disability can change your life. You buy long-term disability for your time of need. You may stop working, but the bills won't stop coming. And your insurance company may not be there when you need them.
Does it all sound familiar? You need a team of experienced disability lawyers who can fight for your rights and get the justice. If your LTD claim has been denied, call now. And remember, you do not pay anything unless we win.
Alam Law, your trusted disability lawyers.
Winter collection now in stores and online.
मुझे फुरकत में रहकर फिर वो मक्का याद आता है, वो जमजम याद आता है, वो काबा याद आता है। खुदा ने हमें सब चीजों से नवाजा, तो क्यों ना उसके घर जाकर उसका शुक्र अदा करें। हज और उम्रा करें किंग ट्रैवल के साथ। ऑथराइज्ड एजेंट ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हज एंड उम्रा, रॉयल एम्बेसी ऑफ सऊदी अरेबिया। इसके अलावा हर किस्म का सऊदी वीजा। किंग ट्रैवल, नंबर 1 उम्रा एजेंट इन कैनेडा। Call now at 1-800-844-5464.
You know, we were always trying how to get a house. You remember the Royal Financial Group flyer you gave me for the mortgage?
Oh yes, Shiraz Hussain, who did our mortgage too.
Yes, I actually went to their office. The staff was so professional. They're expert in their services. And you know what Shiraz said?
We have more than 100 lenders to help you to find our right qualified lenders and program for your purchase, refinancing, any of your commercial needs. At the Royal Financial Group, we deliver what we promise.
Royal Financial Group. Never put a limit on your dreams.
Welcome back to the Heena Siddiqi show on Canada 1 TV. Tonight we have with us Armaan Wasti, who is the first Canadian Pakistani professional soccer player and only 16-year-old. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, कैसा लग रहा है show अब तक?
It's been amazing. It's been a trip down memory lane for me. You know, to remember everything and
nice.
You know, yeah.
So what is your current schedule look like? How you're doing right now, and being in the country where you don't speak the same language, right? Yeah. So how is it going?
It's very hectic, and you know, it took a lot to get used to. My current schedule starts at 6:30 a.m.
Okay.
That's when I get up to eat breakfast, stretch out, and then I have my first training at 8.
Okay.
I train till 8 to like 11 a.m. around there, and then I head back to my house. Then from there, 12:30 I eat again, and then I start my schooling. So I have Spanish classes to obviously adapt to the language. I have to learn somehow.
You have to be a pro if you're playing in that country. Right?
Yeah. So I learned the hard way, so I
Okay.
had to know I have to learn Spanish, and then I have my own schooling. I talked about the online school.
Yes, Canadian curriculum.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have to do that. That goes till around 5:30.
Okay.
So we're like a 5 hour, kind of similar to here.
Yeah.
And then I eat a little bit again, and then I go from training from 6 to 11 p.m.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
6 to
I-
11.
Yeah, so I do
Training
gym
session.
gym
Okay.
training on the field, physio, tactics.
So you're
all,
active, yeah.
All different types. And then 11 to 11:30, I travel back home, shower, eat, sleep, repeat. That's the whole schedule.
Okay.
7 days a week.
You can see the future is very bright.
I hope so. It's better payoff.
Because it's such a, you know, I say like, you know, it's this survival is so hard. Like it's so
Yeah.
tough on a little kid,
Yeah.
a 16-year-old.
But it's my passion.
It's your passion. That's why you're able to handle that much.
Yeah. I always felt like in Canada I wasn't doing enough. Now I think I'm
you
doing
want
enough.
more,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Now it's good. Now no more. No more.
So how often you come home?
Sorry?
How often you come home? Like you can come back to Canada,
Mostly
visit your parents?
I get 2 breaks.
Okay.
Summer break and then the Christmas time. That type of area I get the break. So that's when I try to come home. I don't get long, but it is what it is.
It is
You know,
what it
I have
is.
to go back to work.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Or are there more people who you want to share your, you know, like a part of your success who contributed a lot? There are, of course, some maybe I don't know, but you want to share a little bit about it?
Yeah. I want to say I went to Italy in
Okay.
July, and I got scouted up by a guy named Coach Yoti.
Okay.
He actually played with Maradona, the legend of the game.
Okay.
And he's the one, I actually became the captain of the team.
Wow.
I was able to represent Canada throughout all of the trip. We played top teams like Lazio.
Nice.
They're very, very like high-level teams in Italy. And I was able to lead them all due to him. And he's the one who really introduced me to the European
So what age
game.
group you are in?
I was my age now, 15 turning 16.
15, 16.
And that's
Are you the
first
youngest?
time- Yes, I was of course. I was the youngest, smallest, only brown kid. I was the first everything.
Okay.
But yeah, he's the one who really introduced me to the European side, and the reason why I really wanted to like stay in Europe. So big shout out to him, and also big shout out to my best friend Ethan. Right? He's also one who introduced me to football in
Yeah,
general.
the dad is. Yes.
We used to like play on the roads and
Yes.
play at recess in school, little things like that where I never thought. He's actually in Greece right now,
Beautiful.
trying to
Nice.
you know, follow the same dream.
See, this is why I always emphasis on कि आपके friends, who are they, you know, and what they do. बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करते हैं फ्रेंड्स आपकी ज़िंदगी में. जैसे आपके फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, जैसे आपका नेटवर्क होता है, आपका राउट जो होता है ना वैसे ही बनता चला जाता है. आई थिंक किसी बहुत बड़े आई थिंक स्कॉलर ने कहा है कि आपको अगर किसी पर्सन को फाइंड आउट करना है ना कि वो पर्सन कैसा है, कौन है, क्या करता है, आप उसके फ्रेंड्स देख लें. यू नो, आपके फ्रेंड्स जो होते हैं वो आपकी पहचान होते हैं और आप उन्हीं से लर्न और अब्जॉर्ब कर रहे होते हैं. सो ऑलवेज हैव गुड friends, you know, quality wale friends जो always inspire करें और help करें. It's so most important. Yeah, I learned it too because usually यही होता है कि when they're into other stuff you start
Break off,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, okay. What about, you know, your journey, like right now, what else you have experienced? Abhi, जैसे you said कि, you know, you are a brown kid and this and that, you know, a little minority. तो कोई ऐसे challenges आए जहाँ आपको लगा कि, you know, I think, you know, I know कि ये सब, you know, गलत है, ये सही नहीं है, you know, this is where.
I definitely say the first time I was in Spain.
Okay.
That was where I realized, like, wow, being a brown kid is something special because when I went into my first tryout, it was the hardest thing to do because everyone thought, you know, he's just some brown Canadian, doesn't know the language, like,
Right.
how will he know how to kick a ball? Does he know how to
Yes.
run?
Underestimating
Yeah,
you.
of course, because
Yes.
I'm not the biggest guy.
Yes, tall ones,
exactly.
you know,
I'm
giant.
Exactly. I'm not all of this, but after they saw me on the field,
Yes.
then they understood.
It's not the size. It's never
it's
the.
never
It's not
any
the
of
outer
that.
shell.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was able to teach them never judge a book by its cover. But it was hard, especially I've never dealt with not knowing the language.
Right.
And I would have thought that football, if you play, then you would know. It's kind of universal in the fact that signals will always be the same.
Right.
But I was wrong. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know the language, so I kept yelling, "Hey."
Hey.
Like, so I just kept yelling that
Yeah.
to signal everything that I was trying to say.
Okay.
So it was
So
definitely
communication and
yeah,
interaction.
Everything was
Sometimes even the
different.
body language is different. You know, we
Yeah.
North American, we have a
Yeah.
different body language. You know.
Everything was
Yeah. Right. It's different.
So, yeah, the scheduling and even I was a little nervous too, obviously.
In the beginning.
Just for anticipation to get on the field. So things like this obviously took a toll. But I got used to
Used
it.
to,
And
and you know
I'm-
how to deal with it.
Yeah, now I've gotten better at the language.
And you proved yourself, I think. Ki
Yeah.
aapne, you know. So now people cannot even question and
Yeah, now I've
doubt ki,
yeah.
you know, you have to
100%.
respect this guy
100%,
for his effort. So that's beautiful. उसके अलावा जो एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है कि कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो आपको बहुत इंस्पायर करती हैं? आर यू सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड या फिर यू लुक फॉर समथिंग, यू नो, कि कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो आप वॉच करते हैं और वो आपको कीप ऑन गोइंग? आई नो इट्स योर पैशन, बट पैशन हो बट फिर भी मोटिवेशन समटाइम लो हो जाती है. एंड देयर आर मेनी चिल्ड्रन, यू नो, मेनी किड्स हु लूजेस मोटिवेशन और वो स्टॉप भी हो जाते हैं. सो व्हाट कीप्स यू गोइंग?
Honestly, it's things like this. Knowing that I can represent Canada and represent Pakistan, this is what kind of keeps my motivation, because I've always had passion, but like you said, motivation
Yes.
can be taken in a second.
Second,
And then
today you're excited, tomorrow you're on your low.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big issue, and I deal with it. Just, I'm sure as every other professional.
Yes.
But you just have to always remember why you did it in the first place.
Remember your
So
why.
I remember when I went to Spain when I was 10, I promised my father that I'll play on the field that I was at. It was Barcelona Stadium. And that's a promise I will never forget.
How was the experience first time landing?
I cried. Yeah, it was surreal to me because I never thought the things that I see on TV.
Yeah.
That, you know, everyone's
The
like, oh
dreams
my God, wow.
coming true.
I'm inside of it. Like
Yes.
I'm looking at it. It
Stadium,
never it hit.
field,
Yeah,
right.
it hit crazy. So things like this, I always remember, always, and you know, just even knowing when I went to Pakistan recently, seeing all the kids come up to me and say, "Oh, I want to play football. I love it."
Nice.
And me being an inspiration just brought me so much more motivation to where I got to bring light again. I got to come back again. You know, show more that you can do the same thing that I
Right,
am. It's not just because you're brown and meant to play cricket
Yes.
and all this stuff that is shown in the media isn't true. You know,
Right.
you can be changed.
Yes. How was the trial? जब आप गए selection के लिए, you were in Spain. So कैसा experience था? और कोई चीज़ थी ऐसी जिससे आपको लगता था कि maybe you will not be able to make it, or you आपको बहुत ज़्यादा confidence था कि आप नहीं, आप कर लेंगे. You know, were there any moments?
It was, the trial throughout was very, very tough. Beforehand, it was a bit of an odd situation where the team told us that you would have 2 weeks to do a trial, and you would have 5 to 6. But if you make it, you cannot come back to Canada yet. You have to stay until the Christmas time.
Okay.
So it was a big thing at home right before leaving. Do I pack for 10 days or I pack for 4 months?
Yes.
Like how do
It's
you
a
pack
big
for
decision.
how do you pack for 4 months?
4
like
months.
exactly.
Yes.
So in my mind, I had no negativity. I thought I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make it. There's no other question.
No coming back.
No coming back. This is it. But obviously my parents were a little
concerned
because
yeah.
I
because
could
you're
just
excited. They might be thinking
Exactly,
you're
yeah.
excited, and then you wanted to just don't want to come back, of course, from your dream place, right?
Yes,
yeah.
And in fact, the first day was the biggest day I faced versatility. Was we landed. I was quite tired. It's a 12-hour flight. I didn't eat much, didn't sleep much, and we rented a car to drive to our hotel. And something happened to my father, and we crashed.
Oh.
We crashed the rental car. Oh. So now we have to worry about.
You guys were safe.
Yeah, we were safe, alhamdulillah, but we still had the whole thing of, oh, now we have to deal with this. I have a trial soon. I have zero food. My dad is stressed out. I'm stressed out. We don't know the language. Everyone's looking at us like,
New
who
place,
are we?
yeah, new.
Thank God, I don't know how we pulled it out, but we were able to get to the trial on time. I had, I think, half a cheeseburger inside of me, barely any water, like nothing. And again, something just clicked in me where I was like, I just gotta pull it out. Like all those days where I would work so hard in Canada, like it comes to this.
Yes.
And I worked really hard on that training, literally killed myself on that field. And they came up to me and my dad and said that we're not gonna do the rest of the trials. We're not going
In the first round, you were like
first round. I selected.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Worked hard, and it always pays.
Things all paid off.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, ये आपका जो सिलेक्शन था, उसके बाद और कितने राउंड्स हुए और क्या हुआ उसके बाद जो फाइनल आपका जो एंड था, how was it like? You know, आपने कहा कि आप टीम के कैप्टन भी हुए, like you know, एक तरह से लीड भी किया आपने. So how was the journey?
The journey with that was. I've never thought I was going to be a captain for a team.
Yes.
You know, I'm the new kid normally when I go to these things, and you know, but once I get on the field, it's like I'm your boss. Like it comes out like that, where I don't care whether you're older than me, bigger than me,
taller than me, stronger than me,
all these things.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter to me.
When you don't doubt yourself.
Like if
you're
you're
like,
a human and you breathe air, you're the same.
Yes.
Right? So I always try and, force positivity. And if I know that you're doing something wrong, I'll correct you. Same thing same thing can happen to me. So same with that Italy team, everyone was new because we were selected all around Canada and brought into one team. And there were some 6'5" kids, 6'1", next level, like I was, right? But something came out of it, I was like, no, like, you're doing this wrong and I'm gonna correct you. And I started bringing this captain rule, and to have someone who's played with Maradona at the top level to say, you can be the captain of the team, you've got something, blew my mind. I was like, even someone that honored, like, wow.
Yeah.
And then from there, I really, brought him to myself.
Yes.
And knew I could do this.
Nice. और आपको पता है ये जो आपका मोमेंट है जब आपने कैप्टनशिप अकॉम्प्लिश की, आपको पता है इट्स नॉट अ वन डे गेम. ये आपकी इतने सालों की इतनी जो डिसिप्लिन थी आपने फॉलो किया, मेहनत की, स्लीपलेस नाइट्स होती हैं, ये कोई भी चीज ना एक दिन में नहीं होती, एक मोमेंट में नहीं होती, एक हफ्ते में नहीं होती, एक साल में नहीं होती. इसके पीछे एक जर्नी होती है, इतने सालों की मेहनत होती है. सो दैट मोमेंट आपको सारी चीजें याद आती चली गई होंगी कि मेरी जर्नी, मेरी चीजें, कैसे मैं यहाँ तक पहुंचा हूँ. एंड मे बी यू वर इन टीयर्स.
That's why this was crazy to me, because this interview brought back everything. Like,
yes, and I'm digging into every single detail.
Yeah.
Because there are many, children here, youth, who is willing to do so much in sports, especially in Pakistan.
Yes.
It's gonna be sharing in the Pakistan, वहाँ पे मीडिया में भी शेयर होगा ये आपका एपिसोड. तो वहाँ पर जो सिचुएशन है आजकल, वो it's like they have no team, they have no resources. Like, what do you want to say about it?
I was fortunately able to witness that this month. I went to Karachi for the first time, where my father grew up, my mother grew up. I was able to see all the things where we come from, the origin, and I was able to go to different areas all around Karachi, and I would see boys with the ball, and they have massive talent, like raw talent, like stuff that I would see in Spain, stuff that I would see all around Europe.
And it's in Pakistan.
It's in Pakistan, Karachi, where no one thinks that football is a thing there.
Yes.
People think they don't even know what
cricket
sport.
Is
exactly,
everything.
It's a cricket sport.
God,
Yeah. But I saw raw talent there that I know if they have the right resources, the right light, and the right people in front of them, they can do exactly what any other pro that you see on TV can do.
Wow.
All they need is a bit of motivation, a bit of something where they can be like, oh, there's a dream to catch.
Nice.
And that's my whole point of this, is to be able to shine light on it, because I've seen it from my own eyes, but I want a lot more people too.
What do you want to do if you reach at that level where you're able to do something for...
I want to be able to go back, open camps, open academies, and bring kids out to different areas to show that, you know, this is the training we get. This is the
Right.
regimen we follow.
Right.
You know, be able to go under the passion that, oh, this professional player does this, so I have to do it.
Nice.
And I think things like this will definitely bring the whole Pakistani football scene to a
Yes.
different level, where we can
Absolutely.
one day participate in a World Cup, or one day participate in a, you know, big international tournament.
Yes.
And that would be a dream of mine, to see Canada and Pakistan in something, you know, that I'm very passionate about, and I was able to kind of upbring.
Nice. How was the experience in Pakistani media? You got the exposure.
Yeah.
When
Amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, amazing.
You're the star, baby.
I'm treated like kingdom. Oh my God. Yeah. You know, coming from Spain, where I'm, you know,
Yes.
normally the underdog. You know, who's that brown kid? You know,
Yes.
to where
And
I'm
look
the
at-
brown kid. So
Only brown kid.
Yeah. So it was amazing. Honestly, Karachi was a beautiful city.
When the first time.
First time. You find everything there.
Okay.
You know, so.
City of light.
Yeah,
Yes.
the adventures you can do there are amazing.
Yeah.
And even Pakistan, like I've heard that the northern side of Pakistan.
Beautiful.
I've never been there, but I've heard it's
It's like a
amazing.
Switzerland.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the mountains and the water, all
Swat
those.
and
Yeah.
those glaciers.
All these things. I have family all around there.
Okay.
So I would love to, you know, really bring light to all of that.
Nice. Well, now we have to sum up our show, and I wanted to know your future goals. What do you want to do in next 5 years or maybe more? You have a lot more to reach, to accomplish.
My main goal is to represent Canada in the 2026 World Cup.
Nice.
I saw them this World Cup and I was beyond proud. You know, the fact that the country that didn't make it for 36 years were killing it in the World Cup. And maybe they didn't get too far, but I think it's just a stepping stone.
Right.
And in fact, the World Cup is actually held in Canada, next one, and I would be my honor to represent them. I would love to play in La Liga. It's the first Spanish league, first division. I would love to be in there. I've watched them my whole life. And I would love to represent Pakistani kids in any way, shape, or form. Whether they reach out to me to, you know, show them something, to, you know, on social media, I would love to, if they want to see anything in Spain,
Right.
of how it's like,
Yes.
I can do that for them.
Nice.
Just love
What
to
about your
give
social
them-
media?
Instagram is where I will show everything.
Okay. Your stories.
My stories, my journey, the work I'm currently doing.
Nice.
You know, day in the life of kind of how things
Yes.
go, and the ups and downs, you know, when I'm exhausted, sick, and I still have to train.
What
things
is your
like this.
handle?
Armaan.Wasti3.
Okay.
That is my handle.
Okay. Any message for our audience?
My message is that no matter what your dream is, no matter if whatever your glory is, or whoever tells you you can't do it, whoever brings you down, is to never ever listen to them and make it your passion to prove them wrong. All my life I've been told, quit soccer, quit football, you're too young, you're too small, this, that, and I proved them all wrong, and I will continue to do that. And I think that should be your goal too.
Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, it's an honor for me. You're such a young, my first, I would say young guest of my own show, whole series of the Heena Siddiqi show. और मुझे बहुत मैं खुशी के साथ, फख्र के साथ मैं कहती हूँ कि मेरे सबसे छोटे उम्र के गेस्ट जो हैं वो मेरे बहुत बड़े बड़े उम्रों के गेस्ट से जो है ना उन्होंने बाजी मार ली है. Well, you made us प्राउड. और उसके अलावा मैं आपको बहुत मुबारकबाद देती हूँ आपकी सक्सेस के लिए, और बहुत सारी ब्लेसिंग्स हैं आपके लिए कि आप आगे आने वाले वक्त में कनाडा का, पाकिस्तान का नाम रोशन करें और अपने माँ बाप के लिए, अपने पेरेंट्स के लिए और फख्र का जो है वो बने, जरिया बने.
This was an honor to be on here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care. तो ये थे हमारे साथ अरमान वास्ती, एक 16-year-old इंटरनेशनल प्रोफेशनल सॉकर प्लेयर, पहले पाकिस्तानी. Well, मैं क्या कहूँ आज के शो के बारे में. Like, I have got goosebumps, I have got laugh, I have got so much emotions rolling inside me. Because जब मैं एक 16-year-old को देखती हूँ और इतना accomplish करते हुए देखती हूँ तो मुझे बहुत एक amazing feeling आती है कि हमारी जो generation है वो उसमें कितनी potential है. और वो पोटेंशियल क्यों है? क्योंकि माँ बाप जो होते हैं वो अपने बच्चों के लिए बहुत कुछ करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन वही बात होती है कि मेहनत सेक्रीफाइस और एक्सपेक्टेशंस जो होती हैं माँ बाप की अपने बच्चों से, वो बहुत ज़्यादा होती हैं। लेकिन सम टाइम कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं जो हमारी स्पेशली साउथ एशियन कम्युनिटी में हमारे जो वालदेन होते हैं, पेरेंट्स होते हैं, वो इग्नोर कर देते हैं। जैसे कि एक स्पोर्ट्स एक ऐसी चीज़ है जहाँ पर बहुत सारे बच्चे बहुत कुछ करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन उनको उस चीज़ को उनकी इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं दी जाती और खाली सिर्फ एकेडमिक्स पे फोकस किया जाता है। लेकिन मैं ये कहूँगी कि अपने बच्चों की ख्वाहिश पे, उनकी ड्रीम्स को पूरा करने के लिए उनकी सपोर्ट बने। जैसे कि माशाल्लाह से जो है अरमान ने अपने एकेडमिक्स को और अपने स्पोर्ट्स को साथ साथ लेके चला है और अपने पेरेंट्स को डिसअपॉइंट भी नहीं किया है, लेकिन अपनी एक्सपेक्टेशन जो उसकी खुद से थी उनको कितना कामयाब करने में वो उन्होंने कोशिशें की हैं, ये हमें नज़र आ गया है। इनकी स्टोरी से वाकई में हमें पता लगता है कि कुछ भी इम्पॉसिबल नहीं है, हर चीज़ मुमकिन है। आपकी कोशिश, आपकी मेहनत जो है, कोई भी चीज़ पॉसिबल कर सकती है। मैं आपको सबको यही कहना चाहूँगी इन द एंड कि अपने बच्चों को अपने ख्वाब पूरे करने दें। That's all I'm gonna say. उम्मीद करती हूँ आज का शो आपको बहुत अच्छा लगा होगा। Don't forget to share this episode with your friends, family, क्योंकि ये एक ऐसा एपिसोड है जहां पर मैं चाहती हूं कि हमारी जो आज की जनरेशन है वो देखे, पेरेंट्स देखें और एंजॉय करें इस चीज़ को कि कैसे हमारी पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी जो है आगे बढ़ रही है, हमारे बच्चे आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और ये सिलसिला जारी रहे। तो चलिए इजाज़त लूँगी, अगले हफ्ते फिर हाजिर होंगी एक और बहुत ज़बरदस्त से गेस्ट के साथ। तब तक अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिए। गुड नाइट, शब्बा खैर, अल्लाह हाफिज़। कीप वॉचिंग कैनेडा वन टीवी।
के ट्रैवल्स ने अब पाकिस्तान में हमारी कम्युनिटी के सपोर्ट के लिए रिहाइश के साथ साथ ट्रांसपोर्ट की सहूलत भी अब से फराहम करना शुरू कर दिया है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। के ट्रैवल्स अपने तमाम पैसेंजर्स जो हमसे यहाँ से ट्रैवल करके जाते हैं उनको पाकिस्तान में सेफ एंड सिक्योर एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए रहने के लिए, विद कंप्लीट प्राइवेसी, कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी, एज वेल एज किसी को यहाँ पे ड्राइवर चाहिए, लेटेस्ट गाड़ी चाहिए विद ड्राइवर, तो के ट्रैवल्स अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अब अपने पैसेंजर्स को पाकिस्तान में रहते हुए ये तमाम सहूलियात भी फ्राहम कर रही है। इसके साथ साथ हमारा जो पाकिस्तान ऑफिस है वो आपकी मदद के लिए, हमारे जो वहाँ पे एजेंट्स हैं वो मुंतज़र हैं। आपको किसी किस्म का कोई भी सवाल हो, आपकी टिकट से रिलेटेड, आपकी अकोमोडेशन से रिलेटेड, आपकी ट्रांसपोर्ट से रिलेटेड, तो आप सिंपली यू कैन गिव अस अ कॉल। हमारे वहाँ पे एजेंट्स हैं वो आपके इंतजार में बैठे हुए हैं। एज वेल एज जो हमारा कनाडा का ऑपरेशन है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 7 days a week 9 AM to 9 PM अपने नॉर्मल टाइम के मुताबिक वो चल रहा है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
$1000 पर मंथ के डिपॉजिट स्ट्रक्चर पर अपने घर के मालिक बनिए। मैं हूं बदर मुनीर, ब्रोकर फ्रॉम सिटीस्केप रियल एस्टेट, और आपके लिए लाया हूं एक गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी, खास तौर पर फर्स्ट टाइम बायर्स और वो इन्वेस्टर्स जो रियल एस्टेट में इन्वेस्टमेंट करने से हेजिटेट करते हैं। ओवन साउंड ओंटारियो का एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत सिटी जहां पर हर किस्म की सहूलत दस्तयाब है। वहां पर 800 घरों का एक मास्टर प्लान बनने जा रहा है और टाउन होम्स और डिटैच घर जो हैं उनकी बुकिंग शुरू कर दी गई है। फेज़ 1 में डिपॉजिट स्ट्रक्चर बहुत ही फ्लेक्सिबल, यानी $1000 पर मंथ। अगर आपने टाउन होम बुक करवाना है या डिटैच घर का मालिक बनना है, उन घरों का जिनकी क्लोजिंग है 2025 और 2026 में, तो कॉल कीजिए या टेक्स्ट कीजिए 416-835-1997। $1000 पर मंथ के डिपॉजिट स्ट्रक्चर पर टाउन होम्स या डिटैच घर का मालिक बनिए।
Consumer Choice Award recipients and GTA